Welcome back. My name is Jeremy and I'm here with Harry Tarantula. We are doing a set review for Star Wars Destiny Convergence. First one we're going to start off with right away is Asajj Ventress, Swift and Cunning. So this is a Force villain. She is a bounty hunter subtype and she has the following text. After a character that has a downgrade on it takes damage from this die, you may discard a card from your hand to remove one of that character's character or upgrade dice. So this is the second Asajj Ventress in the game. She is 13-16 for the elite with 12 health, and she has 1, 2, and a 3-for-1 melee side with 1 discard, 1 resource, and 1 blank. I have to say that this is a very medium character in terms of her overall set, like all of her balance. We see not a lot of health for the point total, but actually it's pretty good health, I guess. You're going to end up running her with one other person, so. After looking at Darth Vader, Terror to Behold, like any Force villain is just second tier. The thing that's most to take away from this card is her ability, which is tied into being a bounty hunter and having downgrades on people. So we definitely like this in the bounty hunter trope. I think that this will be a fantastic draft card. I'm not sure how much constructed play she will see, but she does do a bunch of damage with sticks. And that's nice. At least 33% better than some Force villains who only had 2 damage sides. But yeah, I think on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I think Asajj is a solid medium 3. Next we have Palpatine, Unlimited Power. So this is our second or third crack at the Sith Emperor. He's a villain. He is Force. He is a legendary rare. So that means we're already expecting more out of him. Here's a stat line. Character, leader, Sith, points total 14 and 18 with 10 health. Immediately, I'm extremely disappointed by that health total, but let's keep reading. He's got, sticks. All right, so we've got 2 sticks on 2 sides with 2 focus, 2 shields, and 1 resource. So I have to say at least the dice sides are very meaty, which is good for an 18-pointer. You're expecting that he's not going to get paired with a lot of other characters, so... let's see what else he's got. This character has +1 health for each ability on it, and those abilities do not count towards its upgrade limit. Power action. Roll a die on an ability on this character into your pool. All right, so we have ourselves an excellent build-around character. My only question is, who do we sign him up with? With 12 points, we need to find somebody real good. So this guy's going to have a home in Constructed. I can see him being a force to be reckoned with on the standard scene. Is he Darth Vader level? No, he's not. But access to all the Force abilities in the game, putting all of them on with no restrictions whatsoever, and gaining a health for every single one you play, it's going to be a headache to keep a hold of this guy, but I'm super excited for this character. I'm giving him 4 out of 5 stars for sure. First pick in draft, he's just excellent. I love him. Next is a Force Storm villain, Force Legendary. I'm already excited. The cost is 4. And it's an upgrade ability. It has 3 ranged, 4 indirect, 2 discards, 2 shields, and it's special. There are no blanks on this card. It is blue character only, and the special reads as follows. Place 1 resource on this upgrade. Deal damage to a character equal to the number of resources on this upgrade. Reroll this dice instead of removing it. All right, so let's break this down. So we've already had Force Lightning. This is a strict upgrade to Force Lightning for the same cost. And in addition to that, it has an interesting new mechanic where you're placing resources on an upgrade. Now, I haven't seen any cards to synergize with this yet. Based on that, we'll have a final score. But just in an objective vacuum, just all by its lonesome, this card is a solid 4 out of 5 stars. The only drawback is that it costs 4, so it's definitely not a first turn card unless you have a really fantastic draw. But man, when this thing is rolling, just look out. This is just a beautiful thing. Draft pick, definitely take this. Like snap pick over anything, I think, other than, I can't even imagine what you take over this. This is just a fabulous, fabulous Force power. We've already seen Palpatine. This is probably something that he would really enjoy. The original Emperor Palpatine would probably really rock this card very well. There are a couple cards that allow you to cheat them into place. Sith Holocron loves this card. It has a special on it. This is as good as it gets. This is fantastic. This is the Chain Lightning of the future. This is a 4 out of 5 for sure. All right, moving on. We have Captain Phasma, Stormtrooper Commander. This is a legendary rare from the set. She is a trooper and a leader. Those are interesting traits. And then points are 18 and 21, health 12. Sides are 1 ranged, 2 focus, 1 shield, 1 resource, and a blank. You may resolve your trooper dice showing damage as if they were melee damage. Power action, roll 2 set aside first order stormtrooper dice into your pool. Set those dice aside after they are resolved or removed. And that is it. Okay, so we're looking at a 21 point, 12 health character. Immediately I'm underwhelmed. However, the ability to resolve your trooper dice as either ranged or melee, showing damage. Whoa, okay, slow down. All right, you may resolve your trooper dice showing damage as if they were melee damage. That's fantastic. Okay, whole new angles just been opened up to me. This means that all those random indirects and range and everything like that, they're all melee, which means that the action economy is fantastic on this card. I can see this seeing a lot of play with the red card that gives you the 2 actions right away. 1 action, use your focus. 2nd action, resolve all your dice as melee. This is a powerful character. Her low health is the drawback, obviously. The power action to roll in some stormtrooper dice, 2 stormtrooper dice, means that for 21 points, you're getting 4 dice out of this character. That is pretty impressive. Definitely a build around character. Lots to build around though. You have the leader trope, you have the trooper trope, you have, well, not fantastic sides for 20 points, but decent sides for 20 points. I think they definitely captured the essence of the character from the films. And I think this will definitely see some play, especially among the trooper fans, the stormtrooper fans. This is your leader. 21 points is a little bit awkward. I think that only means you get 1 stormtrooper. 18 is enough to get 1 stormtrooper again. So I'm not really sure what shell she fits into. It looks like it's going to be her and possibly another leader or somebody else that interacts with troopers. And then all your trooper dice are going to come off of her power action. The deck doesn't seem very strong. She's fantastic as a standalone character though. If you can get her in draft, I'm assuming you need to also draft the First Order Stormtrooper in order to get the dice effect. Like you can't play dice from outside the game in draft, at least as of the time of this video. So you have to have those dice in order to use this power action in draft, which also hurts her overall value. Phasma is going to get a 3 out of 5. There's definitely potential. It's just this, I just don't see it yet. General Grievous was spoiled to us in the starter decks. General Grievous is a character and a leader. For 12 points, you're getting 9 health, and you're getting the following sides: 1 ranged, 2 indirect, 2 focus, 1 shield, 1 resource, and a blank. While building your team, the point value of each droid is decreased by 1. Power action roll any number of your droid dice. Here you go. This is the card that makes your command trooper suddenly a whole lot better than just medium. This guy is 12, the other guy is 8, so you can squeeze in quite a few droids. Yeah, this guy is solid. He's a build-around card. This is how you do it right. He's the right points total. He can't really fight on his own. He can kind of fight on his own, but his ability and his power action are both leaning towards a build-around me card. He wants to do droid tribal. This plus Dr. Aphra, I'm not sure how many points that leaves you over for actual droids, but if you can get them all on the same the same table, him at 9 points and maybe Aphra at Elite, yeah, you got yourself a decent little fighting unit. I like him. He's a fantastic support character. Draft pick, he's probably horrible, unless you pick a lot of droids, in which case, good luck. I'm pretty sure the starter set doesn't, or the draft set doesn't have any droids in it. But yeah, like committed Grievous fans and people who have been wanting to exploit Aphra and the villain droids are going to love this guy. I'm going to give him a solid 3 out of 5. Yeah, I think 3 out of 5. Again, he's got to be paired with somebody really good. I don't see how he and Aphra will make the team work. It's probably going to be him and a bunch of little bots. That deck doesn't seem that appealing to me. Like looking back at the Commando droid would be 7 points for 7 health. So you get 14 points of that. Grievous is 12 points, 26. So you still got 4 points left over. That doesn't make any math sense. So so you get 1 dice Grievous and 3 Commando droids. I'm not too scared of that deck, honestly. You could make it happen though. Yeah, oh, you know what, I'll give him with a 4-body all-command unit. Sure, I'll give it to him. 4 out of 5 stars. Here's Jabba the Hutt. Influential Kingpin, 10 health for 10 points or 13. This is a legendary rare. He is a scoundrel. That's an interesting subtype. I hope there's lots of support for that. His sides, and a leader. And here's your sides. 2 focus, 1 disrupt, 1 discard, 1 resource, plus 2 resources, and a blank. After you activate this character, you may look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal bounty or yellow event from among them, and add it to your hand. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. This is another fantastic support card. This is exactly where we want to be. We thought that we saw the end of it with Snoke, but we've seen this guy and Grievous. This is excellent. This is Grievous plus. This guy gives you card advantage. This guy gives you everything that a rogue deck should have in the discard and the money and the focus. And I'm very excited to try a bounty deck. I think this guy is the backbone of any bounty deck. You're going to need at least one. Do you need this guy at Elite? Probably not. His dice sides aren't that amazing. It's his activated ability that you're looking for. So a bounty hunter deck with 10 points is basically set right aside for Jabba, and then whatever else you want to do, whether that's Ventress or God help you if it's Dengar, sure. But this guy is solid. This is a build around card. This guy is a 4 out of 5. 100%. This guy will probably be showing up in one of my decks soon. All right, one of my favorite moments from the film captured on a card. We're home. Hero, rogue, uncommon, event, cost 1. Activate one of your yellow vehicles and up to 2 of your scoundrels. You may remove one of your dice showing a resource to ready that vehicle. All right, so this is excellent action economy. This is tactical mastery for heroes. It is got the rider that if you have your scoundrel deck rolling, then you get to lose one of those many resource dice to ready your Shadowcaster or your Millennium Falcon. Yeah, this card is strong. It is very clearly a scoundrel card. It's very clearly a scoundrel vehicle card. We have seen nothing but vehicles and scoundrels for the last 2 sets. So this is the card that's going to bring that set all together. In that framework, in that synergy, this is definitely a card you want to have 2 of in your deck. This is a 4 out of 5 in that synergy. As a draft card, it's terrible. Don't even think about it. It gives you absolutely nothing on its own in a vacuum. This card is worse than unplayable. It goes on the bottom of your box. But if you're playing Chewie, if you're playing Han, if you're playing Lando, if you're playing any of the cards that we've seen in the last few months and the last 2 sets, then this card is for you. Definitely a 4 out of 5 in that framework. Lightsaber Mastery. Another plot. This one is also 2 points. It is neutral, just like the last one. It is also force. This one is from the set and not the starter. It says, bring up to 2 different move events to the game and place them face down on this plot, ignoring deck building restrictions. Action. Exhaust this plot to play an event from under it. Then set that event aside. All right, excellent. So we see here a couple of things that I want to talk about, which are excellent moves for this game. We see for the very first time that you can bring in cards from outside of your deck, ignoring deck building restrictions, which of course in Star Wars Destiny means villain versus hero. Since this itself is a neutral plot, that means that this could be a villain deck bringing in hero cards or hero deck bringing in villain cards. This is excellent. However, it is limited to just move events. We've only seen one so far. It wasn't that exciting. It had to do with shields and things like that. It was very clearly a hero card. But I guess just based on that evidence, this card will allow you to bring your defensive cards over to your villain side. Based on that, not that interesting. However, there's great deal of potential in a card. There is a great deal of potential in bringing a set of cards like this, especially to a force user, where a lot of the force powers can move together differently. These are move events. Again, very small pool, very targeted. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see where this goes. But this is a great template that they can build on. They can do this with ships. They can do this with upgrades. They can do this with force powers. They could do this with weapons. They could do this with bounties, and so on and so forth. They could really use this template on some really great ideas to ignore deck building restrictions and have a lot of fun with the game. Let's move on. Action. Exhaust this plot to play an event from under it and then set that event aside. We already talked about this. So You only get to play one of the two moves a turn, obviously, and then only once ever. And they make sure that the cards don't get shuffled into your deck. You don't have any interactions. So very safe, very balanced card. It's too narrow. It's a 1 out of 5. But there's some great hope for a game where they bring stuff like this to the table, which makes it exciting and interesting. Also, in draft, it has some application. Of course, you don't really care about villain hero restrictions in draft. What you get there is you get to play a deck with +2 cards, and that's not terrible either. Here are the much ballyhooed Soresus. The first is Soresu Mastery, which is the legendary upgrade form ability. So again, a new keyword, form, cost 3, 2 focus, 2 shields, 2 shields again, 1 resource, 2 different sides with specials on it. That's right, folks, 0 blanks on the Soresu Mastery for only 3 resources. Blue character only. Limit 1 form per character. Okay, so now we see what the form keyword means, and that is its restriction. That's good. After you, well, it's not that limiting. It's still good. After you play this upgrade, you may remove a die showing damage. Special, remove a die showing damage and give a character 1 shield. This card is lit. There's no other word for it. It's not even hero restricted. My goodness gracious. This card is... If I thought Force Pull was good, this card is even better. This is a 5 out of 5. This is the card of the set. The only thing that is bad about it is the cost 3. And we've already established that cards that have 0 blanks cost a lot more than 3, right? It is a neutral card, which means that you can spit it out with a Sith Holocron in your villain decks. You can reduce its cost with all the various effects like that in the hero camp. This card is exceptional. We've already seen that there's cards based around synergies with it. This card is a fantastic card. I am very excited to see where they're going with this. There's at least one deck with the shields going on in my mind. This is excellent, excellent card. Yoda decks, rejoice. Luke decks, rejoice. Qui-Gon from the villain side. It's not even that bad. It's just really, really, really good. Soresu Mastery, definitely the best card we've seen this set. This is a 5 out of 5. All right, here's the build up to it. Soresu Training. It is rare. It's upgrade ability, cost 2. Sides are 1 focus, 1 shield, 1 resource, special on 2 different sides, and a blank. Oh, they had a blank on this one. That's a shame. Trash card. Get it out. Blue character only, special. Give a character 2 shields. You may discard this card to upgrade to play a card titled Soresu Mastery from your hand or discard pile on attached character for free. Okay, so we know what we're doing next set, everybody. We're trying to find ways to not die to Soresu Mastery because it is going to be in every deck that has blue characters. This is the bridge card that you had hoped it would be. I wish I had read this card before Soresu Mastery. No, I don't. This card is awful. This is awfully good. It's scary good. This card is fantastic. The constructive synergies are there. Shield Jedi is a thing. Maybe Shield Kylo Ren is a thing. This card is great. We talked about Palpatine. Palpatine is probably the Soresu Master of the villain side. He loves this card. I love this card. Everybody loves this card. This card is great. In a Soresu deck, this is a 4 out of 5. I'm only taking 1 point off of it to make Soresu Mastery the card. But this is probably just as good, if not better, because of the special and the reduced cost of 2 instead of 3. Sides, not bad. If you don't get your special, you still get a focus. You're probably already playing a lot of shield synergy, so shields are good. The resource is always good. So really only one bad side. Yeah, this is a 4 out of 5, everybody. This is the card. Make sure you get 2 right away. You might even want 4 so you can keep a Jedi deck and a Palpatine deck going at the same time. Excellent card.